Let's jump right in. Welcome to The Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today. We're going to look right under the hood at the algorithms and data pipelines that are making your everyday apps so incredibly smart. I mean, we all know these tools exist, right? But today, we're going to break down exactly how this technology works, visually, clearly, and fundamentally. Our topic today is AI, and by the time we wrap up, you're going to see your own digital life and that invisible architecture powering it in a completely new light. Okay, let's dive into this.
Think about it. Do you use ChatGPT, Google, or Instagram? Because if you're doing any of those things, you're interacting with AI. But what's truly fascinating isn't just that we use it, it's how it seamlessly operates in the background. Seriously, just think about the sheer scale for a second. Every single day, these platforms process billions of data points. When you search for something, you aren't just pulling from a static index. No, you're actually triggering a massive predictive model that has learned from billions of previous searches to anticipate exactly what you mean, even if you completely misspell it. That's the reality of our digital habits. This tech isn't some distant futuristic concept. It's a highly sophisticated, constantly learning engine sitting right there in the palm of your hand, shaping the information you see and the choices you make every single minute.
So Section 1. What is AI exactly? The hidden engine.
Artificial intelligence. Really, it's technology that learns from data to solve problems and make decisions. What we're actually talking about here is a continuous loop of training data, pattern recognition, and predictive modeling. It's this highly efficient three-step cycle. First, the system ingests data. And we're not just talking about a couple of spreadsheets here. We are talking about terabytes of text, images, and user interactions. Next, it learns from all that data by identifying complex mathematical patterns. In machine learning, this means adjusting millions or honestly even billions of internal weights within a neural network until it can reliably recognize relationships and correlations. Finally, it uses those established patterns to solve a specific problem or make a decision, which is essentially just generating a highly educated prediction. The engine isn't thinking like a human, you know? It's calculating probabilities at lightning speed to give you the most statistically accurate output possible based on its training.
Because it's fundamentally just a system that learns patterns and calculates probabilities, it can be applied to an amazing variety of tasks. It can answer complex questions, recognize faces, translate languages, recommend videos, and even create completely original images and music. It's incredible, but let's look at the actual mechanics behind a couple of these. Take translating languages, for example. This isn't just a simple word-for-word dictionary swap. Natural language processing, or NLP models, they analyze vast libraries of human text to deeply understand context, grammar, and nuance. So when you ask it to translate a paragraph, it's essentially predicting the most natural sequence of words in the target language, based on billions of previous examples. Or consider image creation. Modern image generators use what are called diffusion models. These are trained on millions of images and their accompanying text descriptions. When you type in a prompt, the model literally starts with complete visual static, just noise, and progressively refines that noise into a coherent image by predicting exactly what pixels should go where to match your text. It brilliantly illustrates the sheer versatility of this technology. One foundational engine, learning from data to make decisions, powers everything from creative art generation to complex language processing.
Moving on to Section 2, AI behind the scenes and how it impacts your daily life.
So let's compare something like Netflix suggesting a movie against your phone unlocking with your face. The crucial point here is that these predictive models span across incredibly diverse areas of our lives, acting like an invisible assistant. On the entertainment side, Netflix isn't just randomly guessing what you want to watch. It relies on a powerful engine utilizing collaborative filtering. The algorithm analyzes your specific watch times, what shows you actually finish, what you abandon halfway through, and even when you hit pause. It then clusters your behavior with millions of other users who share similar viewing patterns to predict, with startling accuracy I might add, what you want to binge next. Now flip over to the hardware security side. When you glance at your phone to unlock it, you're triggering a highly specialized, localized neural network. Your phone projects tens of thousands of invisible infrared dots onto your face to create a precise 3D depth map. The onboard AI model instantly compares this map against the mathematical representation of your face securely stored on the device. It makes a split-second, high-stakes decision on whether the biometric patterns match perfectly enough to let you in. In both cases, whether it's clustering viewing habits in the cloud or running biometric depth analyses right there in your hand, the technology is working entirely behind the scenes to make your life more secure and, well, more entertaining.
All right, Section 3. Your AI journey and next steps.
Understanding this hidden engine gives you a massive advantage. We're pivoting right now from simply being passive consumers of this technology to actively harnessing it.
Step 1 is to follow for daily AI tips. But by tips, I really mean actively staying informed on how these models are evolving. Follow researchers or creators who break down new model architectures, context window updates, or advanced prompt engineering strategies. By bringing these actionable, high-level insights into your routine, you steadily build a powerful technical intuition. Step 2 is to start your AI journey today by directly applying that mechanical knowledge. When you know that social media algorithms use watch time data to build predictive models of your behavior, you can intentionally curate your feed by engaging only with high-quality content. Or, when you understand how natural language processing models require rich context to predict accurate responses, you can construct far more effective, detailed prompts for tools like ChatGPT. Taking these deliberate actions empowers you to adapt and leverage this technology to your ultimate advantage.
Which leaves us with this final, incredibly important thought. Now that you know it's everywhere, how will you actively use AI tomorrow? Now that you understand the invisible data engines, the collaborative filters, and the neural networks driving your everyday apps, how are you going to leverage them? When you realize every time you're recommended a video, translated a language, or given an answer, you're interacting with a sophisticated predictive model, what will you do with that power? Will you structure a complex prompt to solve a new logistical problem for your business? Will you use a diffusion model to rapidly iterate on a creative design? You are no longer just a passive user. You understand how the engine works, and the keys are right there in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to actively drive your AI journey starting right now.